February 2026. The United States kills Iran's supreme leader. 900 airstrikes. Air Force destroyed. Navy sunk. Total military dominance. On paper. 4 weeks later, oil hits $126. Dubai is evacuating. And a message comes from the dead leader's son. The strait stays closed. Won a war it couldn't afford to finish. The plan was simple. They called it decapitation. You remove the leader, the system collapses. It worked before. Saddam. Same playbook. Don't fix what isn't broken. At 6:45 a.m., Israeli jets strike Tehran. The supreme leader is killed. His family gone. Within hours, over 900 targets are hit. Missile systems, nuclear facilities, command centers, radar stations, everything. And technically, it worked. Iran's Air Force, gone. Navy, crippled. 30 warships destroyed in 5 days. A perfect operation, on paper. But Iran doesn't fight on paper. Here is what they missed. The supreme leader was already dying. Old, sick, waiting. And when the strike came, he didn't run. He stayed, with his family. And in that moment, he didn't become a casualty. He became a martyr. And that changes everything. Because in that ideology, death isn't defeat, it's fuel. It multiplies belief. It hardens resolve. And it turns a tactical win into a strategic nightmare. Within 48 hours, Iran adapted. Command decentralized. No single leader. No single target. Every region acting independently. Every cell operating alone. You can't decapitate something with no head. You can only provoke it. But the real mistake. Geography. The cities that got hit, Tehran, Isfahan, Tabriz. These weren't the extremists. These were the educated. The modern population. The ones most likely to push change. The ones most connected to the outside world. And now, they're gone. Or radicalized. Meanwhile, the hardliners, untouched. Hidden. Waiting. America didn't weaken the regime. It unified it. Then Iran hit back. Not just the US. Everyone, Dubai, Bahrain, Qatar, Kuwait. Why? Because neutrality doesn't exist in war. These countries hosted bases, opened airspace, funded the system. They were part of it, whether they admitted it or not. So Iran changed the battlefield. It didn't just attack, it exposed Dubai, a city of glass, luxury precision engineering, built on one assumption. No one would ever hit it, but 90% of its population is foreign. Workers, expats, temporary, no loyalty, just contracts. So when the drones came, they didn't fight, they left. And when they left, the city stopped, not destroyed, just empty. And emptiness is sometimes worse than destruction. Because nothing functions without people. And then came the real move. The Strait of Hormuz, 21 miles wide. That's it. That tiny gap carries 20% of the world's oil. Every day. Iran didn't destroy it. It just closed it. Ships stopped. Markets reacted instantly. Oil surged past $100. Then, $120. Then, 120s, $6. But here is what most people missed. Oil wasn't the only thing moving through that strait. Food, medicine, supplies, everything. When it closed, the world lost oil, and the Gulf lost survival, because those cities, they don't produce, they import everything. Then came the second shock. Insurance. Within days, companies pulled coverage. No insurance, no shipping. Premiums exploded. $5 million per trip. Traffic dropped 80%. In a week, global trade didn't slow. It choked. And when trade chokes, everything downstream follows. Prices, supply chains, confidence, all of it. And then, the asymmetry. Meet the Shah drone. Cheap, simple, $20,000 to $50,000 mass. Produced. Launched from a truck. Hard to detect. Harder to stop. Now compare that to what stops it. A Patriot missile. $4 million. Per shot. Sometimes you need 2. Sometimes 3. Do the math. Every $1 Iran spends, America spends $80 to $200. And production. Iran can build hundreds a month. The US, hundreds a year. This isn't war. It's math. And the math is broken. And it gets worse. Mobility. The drone launcher. A truck. Fire. Drive away. Gone. Blended into traffic. Invisible. The defense system. Massive. Slow. Visible. Trackable. Once deployed, it becomes the target. This is the problem. The US military wasn't built for this. It was built for deterrence. Big. Expensive. Intimidating. But not efficient. Like a bodybuilder in a real fight. Looks powerful. But burns out fast. Because the system rewards cost, not effectiveness. Cheap solutions don't make billions. Expensive ones do. 4 weeks in. A new leader emerges. The sun. No speech, no appearance. Just one message. The strait stays closed. And now, the real problem. America can't leave. If it does, the Gulf loses trust. The system cracks. The illusion of control breaks, but it can't stay either. Because every day, it burns money, resources, credibility. Trying to fight a war that doesn't play by its rules. Because this war isn't about strength, it's about cost, endurance, and belief. One side values survival. The other, martyrdom, and that imbalance. That's the real battlefield. The American system was built on one idea. Fear creates control. But what happens when the other side stops being afraid? Because once fear disappears, power becomes expensive. And when power becomes expensive, empires start to bleed. Slowly at first, then all at once. And as history has shown, every empire eventually faces the same problem. It wins the war, but loses the cost of winning it.